Hello, everybody. Sorry for the late start, but had a busy day at work and had to make sure that we're all closed up properly and everything. I'm wearing an overly tight shirt today, so that'll be fun. This shirt used to fit back when this race happened. Now it doesn't fit. But so I'm starting on going to work on my son's car tonight, get it ready for Saturday, and needs a little TLC. Probably hasn't been worked on at all since before the Masters of Dirt way back in October. So my son is very hard on tires. So this is that's my son's tires. Brand new when we started. And to give you an idea, this is my car, and those are my tires. So he drives quite a bit harder than I do. Thus, his stuff kind of takes a beating. So John Haas is on here. He was out practicing today at the Plex. We had looks like Bender's on here. Jacob Cox, long time no see, looking good. Thank you very much. Got the COVID fro going on. But I had to close the store tonight and then come home and get something to eat and kind of just decompress for a little bit before we got going again with everything. So it's 2 weeks till we start the track build at the HobbyPlex for the J Concepts INS race, and our first Saturday of club racing on the dirt went really well. We had like 95 entries. I think everybody kind of got themselves kind of back in the game for dirt. You know, it's kind of a big deal if you've been racing carpet, been used to all that grip, and then you go to dirt, which, you know, our track has plenty of grip for dirt, but not necessarily the same level of grip as carpet. So I was actually pretty happy about, well, I personally did. I got 5th in the A main of mod, and I don't think I crashed the entire time. That's really what I was hoping for, was just some consistency back again, because I really didn't race buggy at all on the carpet. I only raced truck, so kind of different. Bender says he likes carpet better after being on both, so we'll see. I think I got the track layout all figured out, and there's 16 of you on here right now, so I kind of want to show you guys what I have planned for the track layout. So it is going to be a complete rebuild, and we're going to start on it on Saturday, so it'll be a week ahead of time. We're going to do some repairs on the track. We're going to build the rest of the back wall all the way across, and actually I already got a bunch of gutters up, catching water from the condensation that builds up over time, and especially the colder it gets. So help keep the track a little bit more consistent. But this is what we're going to have going on. So straight away, round bend here. We're going to kind of renegotiate this elevation change. Come down. And then right here, a little hump into a big jump. Back this way, a little hump right there. You're going to turn. And then this is going to be probably the talk of the race. It's going to be an uphill rhythm section. So you'll be jumping uphill. And then you'll turn. And you'll actually drop down here. We'll see how much room we have to figure out what kind of drop that's going to be. And then you'll turn right here, and you'll jump up to this little corner here, and you'll turn. And then I'm thinking about putting something right here before the straightaway. Again, that's going to determine how much dirt we have left over. But this has been in my head for a while, and just to show you guys, I come up with a couple different versions of it, and this was the first version. You can see I kind of played with the length of these multiple back and forth 180s a couple times. I think I kind of have it down to where I want it. The loop's going to be in an interesting location. We're actually going to put the loop after that 6-pack. The loop's going to be right here, so it won't be in any of the oval section. It'll be on the way down, so you're going to basically just hammer it. It'll be full speed, so I think that's a good spot for it. So yeah, this is that's what we're going to do 2 weeks from Saturday. Is it a week from Saturday? Holy crap, it's a week from Saturday. So that is going to be nuts. That is going to be a busy couple of weeks. I have a bent front turnbuckle. Oh, I do. Well, it's Emerson's car, so whatever. Need to drop off the buggy. The 28 isn't running good. We'll see what the A team can do for me. Yep, that's fine. Actually, Cameron has been hammering out our. Wow, this diff's actually not too bad. That's weird. Emerson's diffs are usually trashed, so impressive. What was I saying? Cameron's been doing a really good job with the store repairs. So do it. Daniel says his AK wheels cracked pretty bad, but they'll be fine. Yeah. Yeah. That's everybody's wheels can crack, I think. Just depends on how hard you hit stuff. Emerson, my son, broke 8 wheels last year in our nitro truggy class, which don't ask me how I did that, but he did. Yeah, that's kind of Benjamin Humphrey's on here. He said he was going to go to the race, but it got full. So unfortunately, got full pretty quick. I was expecting it to fill up. I wasn't expecting it to fill up as fast. It only took 2 weeks. And the crazy thing about it is I really didn't do any sort of marketing at all. I just said, okay, RC signups open, let's go. And then poof, the race was full. So, yeah, people want to race. I think that's just the thing. Like, people just want to race. They've been cooped up in some places and others, we've been fortunate to not be cooped up here at the Plex, and now we get to share our facility basically with the world, really. I mean, J Concepts is going to come in and do a really good job with putting everything on their pages, and hyping our place up. And, you know, this diff is so good. I think I'm going to leave it alone. It's not even dirty. Normally, I wouldn't do this. I'm going to rebuild mine, but this is actually, there is nothing wrong with this at all. You're welcome, Greg. We try, you know. Will we be getting the Rift? Yes, we will. We are expecting it as soon as they're out. I think we got like 6 on pre-order right now. So I think we're going to be in good shape with that car, with that truck. So yeah, yep, we'll totally have them. We'll see. Now that doesn't feel good at all. See you later, Mr. Jacob. So we're going to redo it. At least replaced a thrust bearing, I think. You know, flip the rings and do what we need to do. Sorry for did I already say sorry for the late start? Today's been a weird day. Like, I've been repeating myself at work, asking people if they want a bag, and then I've already asked them if they want a bag, and then I kept typing in wrong things in the computer. Like, I'd miss what I'm typing in by like one letter. Just was having a really weird day. I don't know. Yeah, the Rift is an interesting piece. It's like I don't know if it's necessarily intended to replace the Wraith, but I kind of feel like that's what it's going to do, is replace the Wraith. Sometimes I don't like having my tools all the way over there. Bender says that he and Bob Hamilton are going to be racing Wheeler together tomorrow on Family Friday Off-Road. That's pretty cool. I think we're going to have a really good night tomorrow. We had to cancel last Friday because of the ice, and then it turned out really not to be that icy, so I kind of feel bad about that. And then I think there's lots of people chomping at the bit to race on Friday. And for good reason. I mean, it's a really fun night to come out and race, you know? Well, that's weird. Not going to tell you guys what I just found. It's embarrassing. Yeah, on Harley Life said no new Wraith or Bomber version is in the works. That's why I kind of think that the Rift almost replaces the spot for those two vehicles, right? Because the Wraith you could treat like a slash 4x4 if you wanted to. I mean, it was such a versatile RC car. You know, it could be a crawler, it could be a basher, it could run on 2-cell, it could run on 3-cell. You know, and I kind of see the Rift almost being like that, even though it's intended to be a rock bouncer. But I don't know. I could see it kind of covering a couple areas, a couple different things. I was not missing a ball. If you must know, I think I had an extra ring Yeah, I had an extra ring in there. So not really sure what the deal is with that. I don't know if I missed that the last time I worked on this thing, or it worked. Emerson almost made the bump on last Saturday. Well, he was in the mix for it. Let me put it that way. Oh, now I know why. Nope, no extra ring. It's that A main thrust bearing. So Jeff from Kansas says, "Yeah, done watching Cobra Kai. Yeah, I've rewatched the final 3 episodes actually a few times. But yeah, I'm ready for the next one. Unfortunately, it's going to be a year or more, which stinks. But WandaVision, new episode of WandaVision's on at 2 a.m. tonight. So if I'm awake, I might do that. I don't know. Traxxas or Arma? It's like heads or tails. It's they're kind of the new Ford versus Chevy of the basher side of RC, you know. With the new straight axle kit and SCX-10.2 2-speed tranny, the capper could be a bouncer. Yeah, no kidding. I could see that. I kind of want a Capra. I almost bought one, but I got the SCX-3 instead. I know I'm working on this. You want to see something cool? I'll show you guys something. So I sold something on eBay, so I had some extra cash lying around, and I finally got the right offset so that I could put my my 2.2 wheels, 1.9 landmines on my SCX-10.3. So I'm pretty stoked about that. These are the good old Vanquish bullet wheels with no bullets in them. They're too heavy, but I don't know. I was pretty excited. I'm looking forward to taking this out and trying it again. So I think it's gonna be cool. I gotta get the interior painted too. I really suck at that. Do we have the metal input gears for the Arma Typhon Mega? No, I don't think we do yet. I think we've got the plastic ones that are on all the new cars, but we did just get in the 0.8 mod metal spur gears from Arma. So we're getting there. But I don't think we've got in the metal input gears just yet. I don't remember seeing them. Sorry. Yeah, Brock Champlin finally announced all of his sponsors. He went to a Gamma and Schumacher. That's I don't know. That's pretty cool. I think once life starts to get back to normal for real here, you know, and I still think it's going to be 6 months before we all can stop getting like dirty looks for not wearing masks inside of buildings and stuff. I think we'll really get to see what all these cars are going to be awesome. So, or how all these cars are gonna work, you know. Gosh darn it. So I still have a couple of these lying around. So these are the associated black grease tubes that you usually get when you build a kit. Well, now all the new kits come with the same grease, but now it's in like a cup. It's really annoying. It's like super annoying. So I'm not saying that I'm using this sparingly, but I'm kind of just happy I still have it. Otherwise, your fingers get all greasy and. What do we got here? Shane's rebuilding his 2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive for the January Jam. This annual race is taking place at Fastlane Raceway in Kansas City. So that's pretty cool. On Sunday for the J Concept Series, will we all sand tires almost bald? You spelled bald wrong, but you know, I don't know. I would say, just based on the past big race experience that we've had, you probably won't have to sand them unless they're brand spanking new tires. What I plan on doing is having 2 sets of tires per car for he and I, our buggies, and then just let natural wear kind of take place. And probably by the mains on Sunday, there'll be a nice little stripe, just like this, right in the middle. And this will probably be what you want. So I'm actually saving these tires, and we might have them for if we need it. I don't think we're going to go full slicks. Our track just does not. Our track just really doesn't do that. It's just not something that it does. So, I just don't think we're going to go there. But I've been known to be wrong, so you never know.
Did you try and paint this?
I did paint it.
Oh, why is it on the trash can?
Because I didn't want to throw it away.
No.
Here's another one. Is there any kind of actual racing you can do with your Centon and 3S conversion, stock, standard, Typhoon? Or did I say Typhoon? Typhon? So on Saturday, we had a kid come out with his Typhon 3S version, and actually went ahead and raced it in Plex Spec. If it's the plastic version, the 3S or the Mega, I don't really have any problem with that. If it's the 8 scale one, I kind of do, because it's really overpowered and almost like almost dangerous in a way. So, but that being said, the on a 2S, 2-cell lipo, that's our racing maximum limit. Yeah, I'd have no problem with that at all. So do it. It's fun.
Is Roxy sitting in all that?
You'd race in Plex Spec, basically. On Friday nights, too, you could also race your 6S version, even your 3S version if you wanted to. We do have an electric 8-scale class, normally on Fridays. And that one, you could run your 3S version with a 3-cell, no problem. And then you could run your 6S version up to a 4-cell battery. So yes, there's room for it. And the same thing with Centon. The Centon would be just fine in Plex Spec on a 2-cell. And then on Friday nights, this extra class. It's almost like we have Plex Spec, and then it's like a Plex Spec extra class. But it's called Pro 4, like 4-wheel drive short course. But a Centon would be able to go right in there. It'd be perfectly fine. And guys really have a lot of fun with that too. So. What else was on there? Alex R, for your dirt track, are you running the LCG shorty packs or regular ones? So I'm not running any LCG packs. In our cars, we pretty much run kind of the standard 4900, 4600, 5000 size batteries. In my Losi 22X4, I was running an LCG 3200 lipo pack. It was just fine for 6 minutes, but in a longer race, it starts to fade at the end. But I did that mainly for weight. It was basically just to make the car as light as I could so that I could handle better. There, that feels a lot better, all freshened up. Did you know that your diff was actually like really good? Normally your diffs are toast. Like they're just
Probably because
gone.
I haven't raced it since like.
Right. I know. That's what I told everybody. You haven't raced it in a while. So that means Saturday. Saturday night. Thank you, Grim Jer. Hope to see you in the store. JF Kansas wants to know, going to find some room close to Hobbytown or HobbyPlex for drag racing. Yeah, I don't know, man. So basically, like, I would love for us to have some sort of drag racing program. There's just a couple things. One is, our parking lot's pretty beat up and isn't conducive for it. I was thinking about going across and talking to the Linex building because I think they're closed on Sundays. So we've had some guys come out and basically do a drag racing thing themselves in that parking lot, but I'm not sure if they actually got permission for it or not. So, so if we did, that would probably be where we could try to do it. But the other thing is, like, for me, I wouldn't have time to do another sort of racing program. I already spend way too much time away from home with what we do. So if we were to do it, it would have to be ran by somebody else. Another one of our employees to get involved at the store. So, hopefully, but, and I got a drag car now, so I would, definitely be involved. I just got a DR10, so there it is. It's a bone stock. In fact, I got a Exotech DR10 idler gear, so I don't roast idler gears right off the bat. And then I'm going to get a J Conti and J Concepts wheels and tires for that thing, so I can make it look really cool. And I don't know. We'll see what kind of trouble I can muster up with it. I want to get that Ford Falcon body. I'm not a car person. Like, if you watch this program or watch this channel, long enough, I'm not a real car guy. But I know, sorry. But that new body from J Concepts looks freaking sweet. So all over that. We actually, the store actually has a Traxxas timing system. So it's definitely something that could be done, no doubt. We just gotta find a place to put it. So okay, now we're gonna do shocks. You want to do shocks?
Not
Since
really.
you're down here, it's way past your bedtime, but you're down here anyways.
Yes.
I
don't really want to.
You don't. Well, you don't want to.
I mean, it's fun.
Okay.
Let me see it.
Yeah. Springtime. Oh, come on.
This chair does not move. This chair does not move.
No, I know. It doesn't like to move. Oh, you got blue springs on the front of your car. I didn't know that. Did you do that?
Why?
I must have done that. I must have done that in South Carolina. Dude, you've got a broken front A-arm.
Oh,
This is why you go through your cars, people. I just found a broken front A-arm in the car.
do we have any?
Brilliant. Yes, I believe we do. God, you're hard on stuff. Price tag for the Armor Metal spur gear. Can't remember what it is. I don't think they're very expensive. I want to say they're like $17.99 or something like that. They're not very expensive. I don't think they are. I don't think they're very expensive. So might be wrong on that. But for whatever reason, I remember we had a whole pile of them. Actually, wait a minute. They're in the What's New Wednesday that we did yesterday. So you'll have to go back and find watch that video because we do get like a close up on them. Where's my regular pliers at?
I know we had a pair upstairs.
We should have got you a new front shock tower too, since your front shock tower is basically toast. Toast. Do you know there's like a credit card processing company called called Toast?
That big building.
There's a building downtown that has Toast across the top of it. First time I saw it, I was like, "What's that?" Oh, maybe it is $30. I don't know. Bender's all over it. So okay. While you're doing that, I will fix your A-arm for you. So we're going to get Emerson's car spruced up for Saturday. Maybe he can move up to the A main this week. That'll be cool. Pretty sure we're going to have Tom Rindernecht and Aiden Horn and the Vanderbeeks and kind of that whole crew again. There's a whole group coming up from Kansas starting tomorrow to get some practice for this big race, this J Concepts race coming up. So it's going to be another really good day of racing. So Bender wants to know, is it worth converting his B74 into B74.1?
Which can?
Oh.
Or can. It's in that can.
Did you already take the screw out of there?
Mm-mm.
You got to do that first. Here. Oh, yeah, use that one. Just don't bust it off, please. That's a tough call, dude. I think you just got to think about the benefits of all that work versus just going out there and driving with the car you have.
Ew.
Yeah. There we go. If you were my kid, I'd say probably not. I'd say just go drive it. Drive the car you have, and then...
What am I putting in front?
What pistons are in there?
Oh, okay.
Well, look in there and read it. Does it say?
16.
Okay. You think so? I don't think so. I think they're coming this week. I I think they're all trying to get the practice they can get.
Just tell me what to put in there. I'll go grab it.
Oh, it's in there. You want 32 in the front. At least I hope I have some 32 weight oil. Oh, man. Okay. I need my pick. Yeah, sorry, Shane. I don't remember them talking about going down there, so sorry.
I don't think you have any.
I don't?
You have 25, 37 and a half, 40.
Let me see all that. Let me see those, because there's a equivalent that I got down there. Put that in the front.
What am I?
The 350. Anyway, sorry. We're getting lost. This is such a mess.
Yeah, it is.
With that, you guys want to see another cool thing? My Tamiya bullhead is almost ready to go. I just got done painting it, and now I just have to put all the chrome on the body and get this baby mounted. So it's gonna be awesome.
Is it gonna be a show car?
John Haas wants to know, can you get the Ackerman plate out without removing the front brace? No, I think you have to take the front brace off to do that. Holmberg wants to know, do we have any gold stadium truck tires? We do not. We have lots of silvers, but no golds. However, what are you doing? Did you bleed it?
Yeah.
Did you put the screw in?
Yeah.
We got a J Concepts order of tires coming for the big race, so it's very possible that we will have some. Wait, did you already screw it down?
Yes.
Did you bleed it first?
Yes.
How'd you bleed it?
Get the screw out.
You went sideways? Don't do it sideways. Do it again. Take it apart. Take it apart and do it again. I'll show you how to do it.
You always taught me.
Yeah, well, I changed it. I changed it after I saw this other video and on how to do it the right way.
There's gonna be like no change in force.
Bye, Daniel Bender. It's past your bedtime too. Don't you have school tomorrow? God. What'd you say?
There's gonna be like no change in force. It's gonna be the same thing.
Just open it up, put the oil back in there, and then did you let it sit for a while?
No.
You got to let it sit for a while and let all the bubbles come up, man.
Yeah.
If you don't do that, then it's going to get all. It won't be consistent. Shane, your chances of getting into the Concepts race at this point in time are like 0.5%. I hate to tell you that, but that's the truth. Everybody is accounted and paid for, and you're like 12th on the list now. So we were able to we had a list of like 32 people. With all the cancellations, we were able to get down to like number 13 or something like that. So yeah, sorry, dude. Well, what you need to do is get yourself signed up for the spring race in April.
Hands are so slippery. I can't grab up this one.
Kyle, the lower shock screw and nuts on my car. It's not on this one because this is Emerson's car, and I just don't put all the cool stuff on Emerson's car.
Yeah. Yeah, mine's missing.
If he wants to get cool stuff, he can start to buy it himself and put it on there.
Sick nuts.
We do carry those 175 RC like conversions for those.
Jesus.
Look at that. Just on the back side. See that?
Nice.
So it's pretty cool that he was able to complete his race and everything. So
I was able to hide it.
yeah, Shane, that's true. We have 3 people that are actually going to be pitting out of their trailer, so they could be included in the race. So if you want to do that, you can. Wiz, what is the difference in pistons? My B6.2 came with 1/8s in the rear instead of 1/7s. Is it a big deal? Yeah, I changed mine to 1/7s. I didn't like the feel of the 1/8 pistons. I felt like it let the rear end almost like sag a lot under a lot of load. So I here. Remember, the lighter weight goes in the back. So I put 1/7s in. You'll see a lot of the guys on a lot of the setup sheets are running 1 pistons. Is it 1/6? 1/7 pistons with a 1/6 drilled out. No, 1/6 pistons with a 1/7 hole drilled out to make a 1/6/1/7 piston. I haven't done that yet because I'm lazy. So. You're welcome. All right. I need to get in that bin down there and get you an A-arm.
Okay. You want to hear a joke I heard today?
Or it's actually in this one. You have a joke?
Yeah. How do you fit an elephant in a subway?
I don't know.
You take the S out of sub and the F out of way.
Is this a dad joke?
No.
Oh.
Take the S out of sub and you take the F out of way.
I don't get it.
Think about it.
I am thinking about it. I don't get it.
Okay. You take the F out of way. Just think it's that.
Yeah, I still don't get it. I'm lost. I can't think straight right now. I
There's
don't know.
no F in way.
Oh. Okay, now I get it.
You're supposed to say it.
God, that's a stretch, man.
You were supposed to say that.
I was supposed to say that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and then you weren't supposed to realize that.
There's no effing way.
Does that say? No. Pinus.
Pinus. Yeah, we actually have, like I said, we have 3 people that'll be pitting outside for this thing. So that's the only way that I will let anybody get added to the race. If they want to pit outside, I have no problem with that at all. It's not the entries that are full. It's the people inside that are full. So.
Ooh.
Doug Haining got it.
Oh.
I didn't get it. I'm sorry.
Boomer.
What else is going on?
What do you call fries that aren't yours? Nachos fries.
Oh, I knew that. I actually did know that. John Miller, nobody gets it. That's pretty funny.
I'm gonna go fry.
Nobody gets the joke.
Oh, cool. That's way too fun. Yeah, but I saw that.
There's a fin here. My
Fin
gigantic
hairs
cat has hair all over the place down here. He likes to come down and sit on my chair I'm sitting on. So if I'm wearing black, and I come down here to work on stuff, and I sit down, I'm just covered in cat hair. It's the worst. Your car is filthy.
Careful, there's shark food everywhere.
No.
Yeah, stop.
What upgrade should I do to my Centon? Just went BLX 100. Dude, those Proline shocks are pretty rad. Those new Proline shocks that they came out with. Actually, that kid that races on Saturday with his Typhon, he has those on his car, and it made a pretty big difference. You could really see the car landed better. Didn't get caught up in any big ruts and stuff. Okay, so hold it upright. Get it nice and low, and then just very slowly, you want to hold it kind of like that, and you're gonna feel it as you go up. You got to do it really slow. Okay, put the screw in.
You see my cut that I got in the works class?
Yeah, I did see it.
Hold
on, we're doing a little shock lesson here.
I was trying to cut a piece from a mousetrap car, and
you're making a mousetrap car?
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
It sucks right now.
Oh.
And the handsaw slipped and cut me.
Okay, rub all that off.
Oh, I just messed with my thing.
Okay, pump it a whole bunch of times. Keep going.
Done yet?
Okay. When you push it in, does it come out a little bit?
No.
Okay. Let me see it. Okay. Now, holding it like this, undo the screw again.
Why?
I'm going to show you why. Undo the screw. Hold it upright.
All the way, or just?
Well, you don't want to drop the screw. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay. Over the rag. Very carefully. Go real slow and bleed it again. Very, very slow. Okay, tighten it up. You should be good.
All that for it to just be the same thing.
Well, you're building up the pressure and then you're rebleeding it. It's going to work really good. Okay. Get rid of all the oil.
I really like that Hydra name that came up with.
The which one?
For the bearded dragon.
Oh,
Hydra.
yeah. That's Emerson's going to get a bearded dragon.
It's going to be awesome.
Let me see it.
It's going to be so cool.
He's already killed an ocelotto. So
Shut up.
Oh, yeah. Dude, that's a really good shot. So you're going to do that with 4 times, okay?
I'm the best.
The same thing. Don't put these springs back on. We're going to change your springs out.
No, you just want to take them.
Let's see. Sorry, I'm going to get caught up. Difference between 6162, 7172. Difference between the 6.1 and the 6.2 is the rear end. It's different hubs, different length arms, and that might be the main gist of it. The B7.1, the B7.2. To be honest with you, I don't know. I think there's some minor revisions to the suspension arms, and I know it's drivetrain mostly. I think. To be honest with you, I don't know. I don't have one, so without cheating and looking on my phone, I don't remember what it is. but I know the difference in two-wheel drive buggies. Yeah, pick up a set of shocks. We got two full sets of them right now. They're kind of pricey. Greg wants to know what the prices on the Power Stroke shocks are. They're $64.99 a pair, but they're all metal and they're super tough. So the race is on clay. We are racing clay for the rest of the month and the first week of February. John Haas says that it's a lot of work.
Yes.
He says he knows. You need to talk to John, dude. He'll be there on Saturday. He's got one. It's 4 years old. What color is it?
I like those. Have you seen the red ones? Those red ones look badass.
Yeah. Patrick, club race next weekend. We have 3 weeks of club racing. And then that night, after we're done, on the 30th, I'm pulling up all the pipe. And, yeah, starting that Saturday night and Sunday. So it's going to be crazy.
Yeah, this ain't. Oh, that goes.
You getting it?
Yeah, I wasn't bleeding for the first couple seconds.
What was I doing? Oh, I'm getting you springs.
It's good.
Did you know that you've basically broken a whole bunch of left arms and hardly any rights?
Because I always whip the same way.
Oh.
Have you noticed that?
And this was done twice after the build-up?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's really good. Good job.
Same with the rear?
Yeah. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, Mr. Greg. We appreciate it a lot.
After I do these, I gotta go
Yeah, you need to go back to bed.
back to bed. I was never in bed.
Gray, brown, yellow, some black. His name's Spy. That's pretty cool. Yeah, the only thing that would suck about the whole pitting outside thing, when Don and Matt said that to me, I was like, really? Because it is February 7th, right? Like in Nebraska. It's not the warmest time of the year. So, but, you know, if you got like an RV or something or a nice heated trailer,
Yeah, it's something.
it should be really nice. I bet you it would actually be pretty nice. I wonder if I got a turnbuckle. Look at you, bend a turnbuckle.
Oh my God.
You suck. How do you do that?
That's how you figure out if you're faster.
Well, how much stuff do you get?
I don't know. Enough to apparently bend a turnbuckle.
That is crazy. I'm pretty sure that I've got rod ends in here somewhere.
Yeah, this one barely bled.
Yeah, the longer ones sometimes don't. Patrick Mitrovic wants to know if he doesn't have a ZT body back yet. Do I have a practice one? No, I used Brian Keever's blue practice body when he was here for the Techno race the very first month, but he took it back, so I don't have an extra one. Sorry. Oh, yeah. Dude, that's really good. That's really good.
Bueno.
You know what? Let's put new springs on your car. anyways, just because of how old these are, they might be kind of like worn out.
Okay.
I'm just gonna toss them. I got new ones. What hole positions do I shock my mount, or do I mount my shocks in? On the front, it's outer hole in the tower, outer hole in the arm. On the back, it's inside hole on the B6.2's arm that has the 2 holes, not the 1. And then on the top, it's second from outer. Emerson, how old were you when you had your first RC car?
I think it was like 3.
Sounds right.
If I remember right.
What was your first car?
Ooh, wasn't it one of those? Can you like convert a slash into? Oh no, that was my second.
It was a Rustler.
Oh yeah. I didn't. Which car did you convert to something?
So the story goes that I got him a Rustler, and we actually had a whole bunch of parts at the store. So I put together a Rustler, and then he drove that for a little while. And what he used to do was he saw us nitro racing back then on the outdoor track, and so he would want me to give him a pit stop. So he would drive up in pit lane, the same pit lane, by the way, drive up in pit lane, and I'd have to fake picking his car up and put gas in it before he'd go anywhere. So he'd be in the middle of a Plex Spec race, and like 2 minutes in, he'd come in and he'd want me to fake fill him up. So I had to fake fill him up back then. It's so funny.
I don't remember that.
He drove the crap out of that thing, though. It was really cool. And then a couple years later, I re-gifted it. I turned it into a Slash. So he thought he got a brand new car, but in fact, what it was the STRC Slash conversion for a Rustler. And then he raced that for a little while. And there's actually on my personal YouTube channel, Gunter Loxes or Loxes, however you want to. It's an acronym for my name. Very, very deep in the 70-something videos I have is a couple of his races with that Slash back in the day.
The only thing I remember from when I was young racing was you timing me and telling me if I got like a sub whatever time lap, you would get me this monster truck set that I could paint.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I remember.
I also used to bribe you. Remember, we used to be if you got a certain lap, you'd win like $1.
Yeah.
And all that. So, yeah. I don't do that anymore.
Sometimes it's ice cream though.
That's true. Something to motivate you. So, yeah, it was a Traxxas Rustler. And then he won Plex Spec in 2014 with a TLR SCTE like 2.0 or something like that. It was kind of cheating because it's a Pro 4 truck, but everybody else had Pro 4 trucks back then in Plex Spec, so it wasn't really cheating. And I actually have that video of the last A main. He had to beat Aiden Olson in order to win Plex Spec that year, and he did. So, in your face, Aiden Olson. Now Aiden Olson just can kick his butt. Would you get out of the way? We're going to change this turnbuckle. You need to go to bed. I'm going to look over this car and see if you broke anything else. We really need to get you a new shock tower. Why are you drinking Mountain Dew when you're going to go to bed and like?
This was the one that I put shock fluid in.
Oh. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I'm going to drink some shock
Sorry. I was like, what are you doing?
Cleaning up my spot.
What other cars did you have?
I don't know.
So you went Rustler Slash Pro 4 truck.
Didn't we get like a buggy after?
And then you won a buggy at the short course showdown. that one year, right?
I don't know.
I think you did. And I kind of felt bad about it, but not really, because it was his ticket, not mine. And then the first year that we had the short course showdown, you won really early. And that was when you got to go pick your prize. Remember that? And you won really, really early. And instead of picking up something expensive like a new radio, a new car, whatever was up there, you grabbed like a T-Max plush doll. Remember that?
I think I do.
Yeah.
Very faintly.
And everybody was cracking up. And I was like, it's what he wanted. He said he wanted it. So, whatever. Wiz says that he was telling his old man about his new car. He told me he used to race 12 scale back in Lincoln back in the day. Hobbytown was only one store. Yeah, Hobbytown's been around for so long that it's had a pretty big part of just racing history in general here in Nebraska. I mean, I started racing at the there was an old track at 24th and L in the old Pontiac car lot that I hung around at. I never actually raced there. And then I really started racing in Rockbrook, the Rockbrook Hobbytown, back in 89 and 90. That's when I started racing. So, let's see. Tom with an H is still, I think he's president of Hobbytown still, I think. Merlin, I don't know what happened to him. I honestly have no idea what happened to Merlin. Or Merle. I think he's still part of the organization in some sort. Owner, obviously, but I don't know. I think he retired or something. Hey, will you open that up and see if you can match a turnbuckle that size?
Which one?
Right there. The red. Yeah.
I'm at the drawer.
Yeah. Yeah. But I know Tom is still involved. So, what kind of battery for the Tamiya TT01 Euro truck? Get the ProTech. What is it? 120C 5,000 or something. It's like $60. That's what everybody here at the Plex runs in theirs. Dan J, is it true that you can get more out of your 2S LiPo battery by charging at 24 amps versus 12 amps? Yes. Basically, check the top of this one. So for me, I don't do the whole discharge at a high amp rate, recharge, charge back up at a high amp rate thing. But I do charge pretty much all my batteries at 25 amps. And just because my charger can do it. And what I can tell you, just by experience, is mostly I noticed it with my touring car, because Emerson and I race mod, right? So we're not going to tell a huge difference from the batteries in mod, because you already have the power. But on my touring car, when I race USGT, the very first pack that I run, after letting it sit for a week, is kind of a dud. My car feels slow and kind of sluggish, and I'll run it until the battery's low and the low voltage cutoff kicks in. Then I'll take it back to my pit, and I'll plug it right back in, and I'll charge it right back up at 25 amps again. And it's basically the internal resistance gets lowered as the battery gets more use. And so that's what those guys are trying to do when they charge it and then discharge it and then charge it again at a really high amp rate. They're basically trying to lower the internal resistance of the battery from the heat of being active and being used. So it's not some magic cure-all or anything like that, but there is definitely a difference by charging at a high rate. So
it's a negative.
Okay.
Okay. Good night.
Good night. Thanks, dude. Ow, don't hit me. Come on, man. My fat's jiggling. Shane Alberico says when he started running sprint car, his dad had enough of me not hitting my line, and he said every time I missed my line, I had to do 5 push-ups. That's a good way to do it. I hate doing push-ups. I would run a perfect line every time if it meant not doing push-ups. I got to start doing push-ups, though, because mountain bike season's coming up quick. Only a little ways away, so I want to get all buff and stuff this year. Have you guys seen the Berm Peak channel and how he's gotten like addicted to RC or something? Like he got hurt this summer and started making videos with some RC cars, and the next thing you know, he's got like a whole catalog of RC cars, and the channel has had a whole bunch of RC car stuff on it. That's so funny. What charger do you have? So I have a ProTech 625. It's a dual charger. It's 200 watt, and it can charge at 25 amps. A 2S. It doesn't get there with a 4S, but it definitely does it with a 2S. Never missed your lines since, huh? I used to take after Jared Tebow did one of his clinics here at the Plex. I used to take cones out and set them up for Emerson to like go inside of, so he would learn how to hit the lines right. That's good. That's a good way to do it. The cones really worked out really, really well for that. A smart idea. I'm going to show this. This is pretty funny. Hold on. Dan J says, for new drivers, can you put up bumpers around the track so I can stop breaking shit? My wife would appreciate it. Thanks. Yeah. That's just part of it. You know, I see new people all the time. It can be kind of easy to get frustrated, but just know that the more time that you spend at the actual, you know, at an actual RC track with obstacles and pipe, you know, separating the lanes and everything, you know, the more time you spend doing that, the better you're going to get, and that braking stuff will kind of go away. You know, we don't. I don't really break stuff that often. Emerson still does, obviously, but you know, when I do break stuff, it's usually lack of maintenance. It doesn't really have anything to do with running into stuff that much. So Shane says his dad had the gonads to put cinder blocks on his local oval track with the sprint car, so he could learn how to do that. Yeah, that's pretty ballsy. Wasn't there a Dale Earnhardt movie where like Dale Sr. stood in the track and told his kids to drive in the gap or whatever, and I don't know. Can't remember that. Greg says he wanted a cheap $250 play toy, so he bought the Centon. I think we're all fixed up here. Yeah, we've got a Granite here somewhere. Emerson broke the chassis on it, and it's technically the store's, so we have to fix it before this spring. And then I'm going to do something crazy with the Outcast again. this spring. I know I did the house jump last year, but I'm gonna try to figure out how I can top that. I want to jump onto the roof of the Plex somehow. So Jonathan Stormer wants to know, he's got a what my opinion is of the Rustler 4x4. I like the Rustler 4x4 a lot. It's really cool. It's it came out just around the right time as there was some more race versions of 4x4 stadium trucks coming out, but it's tough. The updated heavy duty drive shafts seem to hold up really well, and they've got some really cool options for it. So I love the Rustler 4x4. I think it's a really cool truck. Yeah, we sell them all the time too, so they're pretty good. And what's really cool about the Slash, Stampede, and Rustler 4x4 is all the same options kind of exist. So it's easier on the hobby shops too, to carry that stuff because you don't have to have all these different parts all the time. Steve RC, have you ever thought of a monthly practice rate instead of per day? So not a monthly, but we do have the yearly practice pass. That's $200. So if you show up 20 times in a year to practice or visit open track, you've already paid much money. So we do have the annual practice pass. You just go up to the counter and say, I want a practice pass, and then they'll set you up. And it's $20 per family member, so it's super cheap to do that. And then all you got to do when you come in is just show us the practice pass, and you get your wristband, and then you go play. So we've had that since the indoor started, but not monthly. It'd be too hard to track people down. Have I had the chance to play with the new Red Cat Volcano? Kind of. Somebody came in to the store this week with a broken one. I'm assuming you're talking about the 1/16th. And we didn't have any parts for it because we don't really carry that stuff all that often. I got in the 1/16th ones because the Red Cat dealer talked me into it. So if they don't sell soon, I might get in trouble. So oh, it was you? Okay. Sorry. All right, let's put these shocks on. Yeah, it's just, you know what? It's, I'm glad it was only $100 because if it was any more money, I would have been like, I don't know. I'm not a Red Cat basher. Like, I'm just, the problem is we already kind of already have a set list of cars that we carry, right? And so if we add any more brands or different cars, well, then we got to carry the parts for them. So we're always very leery about adding brands to the store. That being said, I mean, the Red Cat like crawling stuff, I got to make another order. We just got in a bunch of stuff 3 weeks ago and it's already all gone. So I got to get a hold of my Red Cat guy tomorrow and be like, hey, dude, we need more stuff. I think the 64 Hop-In Lowrider, we're supposed to get them maybe soon. We have 2 on order, one of each color. So I actually think we're going to be getting a couple of them pretty soon. You know, people have actually done that with touring cars. This one time, this one guy brought a touring car in that had servos on it where the shocks went, and then he had this he had a stick controller, and it was an aircraft radio, so it had like 10 channels or whatever, and he would flip the switches, and it would do its thing. So it's not necessarily a new concept, that Red Cat lowrider. It's just the first one I think that's like already built for you. So, but yeah, we're actually supposed to be getting it. Shane Alberico says, not gonna lie, I think the Axial SCX24 was a waste of money. There's so many flaws. What do you mean? What do you mean flaws? It's a toy tiny rock crawler. Unless you burned up the motor already, which is what everybody else has been doing. Besides, you weren't supposed to play with the Betty. You were supposed to collect it and put it on the shelf. Let's see. Greg Henry wants to know, do you know if there's any way to make Volcano fast, maybe battery and motor upgrade or anything? So I think so you would have to get a controller and then a speed controller and a motor. So you'd have to pull all the electronics out, and then you can put in whatever you want. The only thing I'd be scared of with that one is just the plastic ring and pinion gear. So you could go, you know, with like a Hobby Wing brushless system. They're only $50, and but then I'd be a little worried about the breakage at that point. So that'd be the way to do it, though. Is you get rid of the 2-in-1 controller, and then you got to get a new radio. And then I even think the servos are like a 4 or 5 wire servo, which means you'd have to replace the servo too. So you'd basically have to replace all the electronics in the car to make it faster. I don't know. At that point, you could buy like a 1/16 Revo for that much money. Good Sparky's on here. He wants, do you know if there's, just getting into racing B6.2. What's your best recommendation for dummy proof, easy to use LiPo charger? Look up the ProTech. Is it the 610 EZ? It's like a $60 charger, can charge at 10 amps. So you can charge your batteries pretty fast, and very, very easy to use. Most all of our chargers now all have basically the same screen. So you basically push the button to highlight what kind of battery it is. You go up and down to set it. Then you move on to the voltage, or the milliamp hour, and then you set that, and you move on to the amp rating that you want to charge at, and then you hold it down to hit start. Common Sense makes one too. I can't remember the name of it, but we carry them at the store. They're $60. It's a really good charger. If you want to, like a dual charger, the Venom, what's that called? Gosh darn it. There's a Venom charger that's $109. There's a whole bunch of dual chargers right around the $100 price range that all set the same way. So that'd be that'd be probably one of the better ones to go after. I think there's a high-tech one too that's the same price. Actually, there's a Spectrum one too. Spectrum's got a whole bunch of really nice, inexpensive, easy-to-use chargers, and I think they go like $31, which we're only giving those to people who have like ready-to runs. And then there's another step up, but I can't remember the actual number on it, but it's like a $50 charger. And then there's another step up that's like $84.99. Any of those would be really good. Big Dude says he finally threw away all of his RC car magazines from 1995 to 2005. Didn't have the room. Makes me sad. Lots of good articles and pics. Yeah, I've got a. Sometime I'll pull them out and show you guys some of them. But I have a whole bin full of all of my RC car magazines going back to probably 1990. Kind of the same deal. My mom used to get me subscriptions for Christmas to RC Car Action, and then eventually like RC Car Magazine and what was the other one? There was RC Car Action, and then there was Extreme RC. That was a good magazine. That was fun. And they had all the girls in them and stuff. Greg says, so what you're saying is you can buy your Senton shocks for what I could have put in that little thing to make it fast. Just about. No, totally. Rob the Mouth Millen. What's up, guys, from Yakima, Washington. Hopes all of us are doing well where we are. We're having a good time working on stuff and answering questions and talking about stuff. Shane says the lights went out. The servo broke on the first day. He broke a shock in half. Dude, I haven't even met anybody that's broken one of those yet. He must be like Emerson. You're hard on stuff. Big Dude wants to know servo for a TT01 Euro truck. There's a Savic servo. It's the 1251 MG. It's like $54.99, I think. And it's a nice low profile, good servo for any of those Tamiya cars. That's what I would say. That's an inexpensive, good servo for that style of car or truck. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Rob says that he loves our shows. I'm going to try to take more video from this week's club racing. I didn't have anybody around to grab the video for me while I was doing the announcing, so and then look for us to have track build videos coming up in those the week before the race, so should be really good. Sounds like I'm going to get a lot of help, so I'm pretty happy about that. I got a buddy of mine with a Bobcat. He's going to come in and help me move dirt, get it done a little bit quicker, and sounds like I'm going to have some help building the back wall up a little bit, and sounds like there's quite a few guys gung-ho to help with the actual track itself, the tamping and all that fun stuff. So pretty excited. I think it's going to be awesome. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's so the podcast, I've got the screen up so I can see the chat on my computer, and I can tell that what we're talking about isn't exactly what's showing up on the screen right away. And I'm not sure if that has to do with the internet at that location, or the upload feed speed or something like that. But the past couple of weeks, it's been a little laggy. I don't know. I'm not sure what we can do to fix that either. So my sister actually has a that's her job, is to provide a podcast studio. And she's got quite a few clients. It's really cool. And she's the smart one of the family, doing her own business. Steve wants to know if I found somebody to run tech at the big race. I think so. I talked to Lance Murray, and it sounded like he was interested in doing it. So hopefully I'll find out for sure this week, and we'll go from there. So I hope so. Tech's not a huge deal for me at these races. I just like to show people that I at least kind of care. Showing that we have, everybody's the same voltage. We've inspected the motors, the speed controllers, all that stuff. So that's kind of the hard part about just hosting these races in general, is just trying to find the help, that you need to get it all done. So. Dan J says, great environment for the Plex. Will get me apart when he broke down. Jeremy helped tweak my car. It's going to be addicting. Just need to stay off the walls. That's kind of what it's all about. We're just in a really, our racing scene is just in a really good place right now. Probably the best place it's been so far since 2005. I mean, there's been some really, really good years there. But we've never had this much, like, what's the word? Just camaraderie, where you don't have to worry about, people getting too ticked off all the time and, slamming stuff around and yelling at each other, because that's no fun. None of us really want that or like that. So we're definitely just in a good place. Yeah, our numbers have been really good this year, but Big Dudes on here said, our shop needs to write a playbook on how races work to help other shops. And I'm a big advocate of having a beginner night or a beginner class, at least of some sort. There's too many tracks out there where their novice class is like an afterthought. That's why. So in 2005, when I started doing the off-road racing, I wanted to have almost like a name brand for our beginners, instead of just calling them novice or beginners or, sportsmen or whatever. I wanted to have something, and that's where Plex Spec came about. It was more of there's nothing spec about it. It's more of just like a name brand, and kind of stuck. And that's why when we have a really good Friday night and there's like 30 or 40 Plex Specs, that's a successful night. The store doesn't make a whole lot of money because we only charge $5. And at our store for beginners, your first entry, all Plex Spec entries after your first paid entry are free. So if there's a family of 4 and they all run a race Plex Spec, it costs all 4 of them $5. And putting the emphasis on that part of it is how you get the other side of it to grow, in my opinion. You're only going to get like 10% of those beginners to even look at the rest of the hardcore racing stuff. But as long as you are pulling something from that crowd, you're always going to have a race program that can grow and that can recycle itself. I think what kills race programs is you have everybody's gung-ho at the start, and then a couple years down the road, some of these kids that were gung-ho, they get older, they start driving, they start, hanging out with girls, or they go to college or whatever, and then there's nobody left to fill in and start over. And that's why it's really important to have a vibrant beginner class, because you're always going to have that cycle. And then when these guys get older, then they're like, oh yeah, I remember doing that. And then they'll come back, or they'll have kids, and then they'll come back, and we'll all still be here. So that's kind of where all that really comes from. So Shane's going to bed. Good night, Shane. See you later. Look at that. We actually completed a project during a after-hours show. So this car is basically freshened up and ready for this weekend. I'll break in the diff on Saturday morning. Re-break in the diff, I should say, and then make sure I got the ride height correct from the shock rebuild, and hopefully he doesn't break anything else. So that's pretty cool. Yay. That doesn't happen very often. Where do we put his body at? That's weird. Maybe it landed on the other side. Anyways. Okay. Steve says he's really enjoys Fridays, looking forward to getting better and being able to compete with his son on Saturdays. Yeah, totally. That's what it's all about. Saturday was really good. Saturday had a really good vibe. I'm looking forward to this week. Motivated. I haven't been motivated in a little while to work on anything on a race car. So, tomorrow night I'm gonna get my car rolling, and then we'll see how much work we do starting Thursday of the J Concepts race. Hopefully we don't have a lot of work to do. Hopefully everything's going to be good. So, okay. So with that, we're at an hour and a half, so I'm going to bail. I'm going to go to bed. I actually got a car done. I'm super stoked right now. I'm happy. So, yeah. Shirt's tight. Anyways, yeah, big dude. Hopefully one day you get to come out sometime. I feel like the HobbyPlex nationally is kind of, it can be somebody's bucket list track, I hope. OCRC in California was always my kind of bucket list. Got a chance to race there, so it's fun. But yeah, I'm gonna go to bed. So appreciate you guys, and we'll be back next week. The following week, February 4th, there will be no show because we'll be doing the J Concepts race. So just be aware of that. And you got one more. How late do family night races go? It kind of depends on the turnout. So if we start racing at 7, most of the time we're done. Say Plex Spec's usually done by 10:30. They're usually wrapped up by then. It can go later if we get a really, really big turnout. So yeah, just kind of depends. So okay, for real, I'm gonna leave. So I will see you guys later. Until next time. Check out the podcast on Mondays, 6:30 ish.